What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, there was some news that came out yesterday in Pontiac, Michigan. Shout out Pontiac. And it was about a dice game that turned deadly. Supposedly, there were 3 individuals. There was a woman present at an apartment home out there in Pontiac, Michigan. The guy lost in a dice game. It was over $80 supposedly. And guy came back angry, shot 2 men and killed them, ages 20 and 24 years old, which you'll hear about in this story. But they had an officer talking, and he was talking about how messed up it is out here and stuff. The guy say a lot of the stuff that I say. And just a bunch of common sense he spoke, and I want you guys to hear this. But I want you to pay close attention. In the first video I showed you, because I'm showing back to back. Listen to the cousin, and look how confused she looks. And I'm not taking a jab at her, but like she can't even make sense of it. And it's like she's a relative of the victim, but on her face you see the pain and stuff that I be talking about, how how can something be so bad that it has to come to bloodshed and somebody losing their life? Take a look at this, man.
But we begin tonight with the search for a gunman wanted by police for a deadly double shooting in Pontiac. Thank you for joining us today at 5. I'm Glenda Lewis.
And I'm Mike Duffy. Shots rang out this morning at the Arbor View Village Apartments on Fittis and Sanford near M59 and Martin Luther King Boulevard. 7
News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham raising the voice of one of the victim's loved ones as families desperately await word for an arrest.
Investigators spent hours in this complex, in this parking lot, gathering evidence in that unit tied to a double murder.
He was a son, a brother, a father, an uncle. He was a friend. He was everything. Now he's going to be a memory.
While at this crime scene in Arborview Village, Markeela Jacob came over to me, looking for any answers in the death of her cousin, Tyrone Glenn. The 24-year-old was one of 2 men shot to death early Tuesday morning.
And I went to the hospital with his mom. We all broke down.
Loved ones identify the other victim as 20-year-old Sydney Ward. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office isn't saying much about the double homicide, but I spoke with relatives who say several people, including the suspect, had been hanging out at the apartment into the early hours of the morning. They say the suspect had been drinking and shooting dice on the sidewalk. Then around 8 a.m., the suspect came back, walked into the apartment, and shot both men who were asleep. Investigators say witnesses saw the suspected shooter running away, but the sheriff's office has not released his name or his photo.
Only a monster would do something like that. To kill 2 people, even if it was animosity, anger, or y'all could have hashed that out. It was no reason to take 2 lives.
The woman who lives in the apartment where the men were killed did not want to go on camera, but she says she lost both her brother and her boyfriend in the shooting. She says she had just come back from dropping her kids off at the school bus when she was chased by the suspect. Jacob, who says she doesn't know the suspect, just wants him off the street.
This was a shock to me.
If you have any information, call the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. In Pontiac, Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
2 men murdered over $80. The suspect using a potato as a silencer.
And it didn't work, obviously, because we got calls from people about hearing gunshots.
The victims, 20 and 24-year-old men, shot multiple times, execution style, at a Pontiac apartment off North Sanford Street Tuesday. Police say they were killed after a 32-year-old suspect lost a game of dice.
And they were in different rooms, so there obviously was a continuation. And it's disgusting and disturbing to see the lack of value in human life over what, $80?
Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard says the suspect left the scene using an Uber, but within 12 hours after the crime, deputies tracked down the suspect to 8 Mile and Evergreen in Southfield. He was carrying groceries and a case of beer. Arrested. He's in Oakland County Jail awaiting charges.
Extreme violence over nothing. The lack of just walking away from a situation you intentionally put yourself in. You were gambling and you didn't like the outcome. Quit gambling. How about that?
If you have any information, give Oakland County Sheriff's Department a call. In Pontiac, Scott Walczak, Fox 2.
That's the story, and they said it was over $80. The guy killed these people and chased the girlfriend back in the house. Craziness. But the thing that's crazy to me is not only the crime that was committed. Because, I mean, if anybody goes gambling at a casino or whatever, they gamble to win. But a lot of times you lose your money. Hell, casinos are trained to take your money. You know what I'm saying? This guy get mad, take it to another level. These are supposed to be his friends. Now, the woman said she didn't know him, but, I mean, he was welcomed in the house, I guess, because the other two was welcome. But either way, they said this man came and shot these people execution style multiple times in the head. People that laughed, joked with, had good times with. I'm telling you, man, some people have no loyalty. What's stranger than that? And the way I looked at this story was, he did that and then he called an Uber. So you shot these people, created a crime scene, got out the house, stopped somewhere and waited for a car to pick you up. Then you went on like it was nothing. Went food shopping when they caught him. Case of beer. Oh, I had an eventful night. I gotta relax. Put this day behind me. Whereas the people that you killed, ain't no coming back for them. I can't call it, man. Can't. This type of stuff is just wild. I mean, they said the guy was 32 years old. So you 32 years old hanging with a 20 and 24-year-old now. A lot of people might say, well, Steve, they all men. It doesn't matter. But I mean, 20 years old and 32, the way the culture has shifted, that's a different mental dynamic nowadays. So I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people see this like, oh, he got mad and of course he lost and this, that. It might have been a little bit more than that. And I don't know. You know, I just know dealing with guys, how it is. They're competitive. A lot of guys get to talking trash, taking the money, saying something. You know, it might have made him mad. Because remember, he left. They said he left for like, what, 8 hours? Then he came back the next day or 12 hours. Something was said or he thought about that made him mad enough to go back and kill these guys over the loss of his money. Don't know. But I do know this. You got 2 people dead, a bunch of people confused, this cop on here talking common sense, and a guy that killed like it was nothing and was about to go on with his life like nothing ever happened. You violently killed somebody in an apartment they most likely can't move away from. Every time they come in that room, they can still see the bodies and the stains, even though it's all cleaned up, of the bodies of 2 men on the ground dead in the house. I don't know if kids live there or not, but still, the hell is wrong with you? I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is sad, but then again, most of the stories I do is messed up. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.